There are no complaints about the quality of the paintwork and the corrosion resistance of the body, but still, some elements of the body require attention. So in particular, you need to carefully monitor the condition of the drainage system located near the windshield. The fact is that if it is clogged, there is a high probability that the main control unit of the car will be flooded with water. The trepiece of the wipers is not famous for its quality. Over time, it begins to creak. In order to solve the problem, the trapezoid should be replaced. There is also a complaint about the reliability of the power steering reservoir. It cracks, and the washer fluid supply hose to the glass of the tailgate. Liquid leaks appear. And if the first drawback can be eliminated quickly and inexpensively, then for the elimination of the second one, you will have to pay about 500 USD. It is necessary to disassemble almost the entire interior. Depending on how the engine and turbocharging control system is configured, each power unit has its own index 30, 35, 40, 50 and M50. Operating experience has shown that the best option for the acquisition would be a car with a diesel engine. This type of engine has a fairly long resource and rarely causes criticism from the owners, so buying a diesel BMW X6, even with a mileage of under 200,000 kilometers, is not always a sentence. Often, at this run, owners are faced with the first investment in the power unit. As a rule, this is the replacement of glow plugs, but only on condition that the car was not refueled at a gas station with a dubious reputation. The 3.0 engine is considered the most reliable among the gasoline versions. The injection system is considered its weakest point, the high-pressure pump and nozzle fail. Motor 4.4 in 2008 was awarded the title of Engine of the Year in Germany, but it is completely unsuitable for our operating conditions. The fact is that the motor is very heavily thermally loaded, and the oil channels tend to coke quickly, black oily deposits from in all channels. As a result, the turbine experienced not only a large loaded, it hit up to 700 degrees, but also oil starvation, which leads to its rapid wear. For the same reason, by 120,000 kilometers, connecting rod bearings turn and rings slide down. As a result, this leads to oil consumption up to 1 liter per 1,000 kilometer. On most of these engines, by 150,000 kilometers, capital is required, the cost of which is equal to the cost of a good used foreign car. In an unofficial service, they will ask for about 6,000 USD for repairs. If you want to purchase a new engine, then you will have to pay about 20,000 USD for it. All power units do not have an oil dipstick, so you cannot check the level and condition of the oil yourself. You also need to know that car maintenance is not carried out by mileage or by time, like most cars. BMW X6 is equipped with a system that independently monitors when maintenance is necessary and notifies about it with an inscription on the instrument panel. That's just considering our operation conditions. This system notifies very rarely, once every 20–25,000 kilometers. For Europe, such intervals are considered the norm, but not here. Given the quality of fuel and lubricants, this can turn into disastrous consequences. Therefore, in order not to experiment, most servicemen recommend not waiting for a notification from the system and servicing the car at least once every 10,000 kilometers. On cars of the first years of production, a problem with piezo injectors is common. The cost of one fluctuates around 200 USD. The main problem is that if even one nozzle fails, it will be strongly recommended to change the entire set. All engines are very much afraid of overheating, and due to the lack of an engine temperature sensor on the tidy, it is impossible to monitor its temperature. Therefore, you need to wash the coolant radiator at least twice a year. Officially, the BMW X6 comes only with a 6- and 8-speed automatic transmission. There is also a mechanic, but it is only available on European versions. Opinions differ greatly about the reliability of an automatic transmission, and the point here is not that someone is lucky and someone is not, but if engine power and the more powerful it is, the sooner the box will need to be repaired. For example, with the most powerful 4.4 engine, a box rarely lives more than 100,000 kilometers. On diesel cars, gearbox problems are less common, and if service intervals are not neglected, oil and filter changes every 80,000 kilometers, it will last up to 300,000 kilometers. The main problems of the automatic transmission are the failure of the mechatronics, the wear of the bushings inside the box by 60,000 kilometers, the box pan and the bushings to which the electrical connector is connected begin to flow. The BMW X6 is equipped with an independent multi-link suspension front and rear. In the top configuration, the car is equipped with an X-drive system with active steering and an active rear differential. This combination gives incredible control over the handling of the car, which even many sports coupe owners would envy. But such a configuration also has its drawbacks, the high cost of repairs. Before buying a car in a used condition, be sure to check the tightness of the differential, the fact that in most cases oil flows through its drive. The main sign of a problem will be oil streaks on the rear gearbox. Also, pay attention to the condition of the active stabilizers. If the previous owners did not drive carefully, then they will be in oil streaks. The cost of one original stabilizer ranges from 8, 10, 100 USD. One pump works for active stabilizers and power steering, and in order not to have to change it to early runs, it is necessary to monitor the level and condition of the power steering fluid. If we talk about the service life of consumable suspension elements, then most often the stabilizer straws fail, on average once every 30–40,000 kilometers. Wishbones will last an average of 60–70,000 kilometers. On the same run, it may be necessary to replace the steering rods. Silent blocks of trailing arms and ball bearings will last 80–90,000 kilometers. Shock absorbers, support and wheel bearings nurse up to 150,000 kilometers. Brake pads on average live 30–35,000 kilometers, discs up to 70,000 kilometers. The BMW X6 interior is made of very high quality and wear-resistant materials that retain a good presentation even after 200,000 kilometers. The only interior element that can be used to determine the approximate mileage is the stop-start button, which begins to wear off at 150,000 kilometers, and at 200,000 kilometers there are practically no inscriptions on it. There are no special complaints about sound insulation. I would also like to know the reliability of electrical equipment, which is quite a large number here. Of the shortcomings in the electronics, only the unreliability of the interior climate control system can be noted. If you are the owner of this car model, please describe the problems that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your review that will help readers of our site when choosing a car.